Hello, 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 hello. So, what is up, guys? Let's get started. I wonder if anyone has seen this the video of the Bitcoin guy. I'm gonna show you. He's one of my favorite people in the world.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Carlos Matos, and I am coming from New York City, New York. Let me tell you guys that I am so excited. I am so happy. I am really so thrilled to be right. Tell me.
Oh my god. Okay, that's bad. Anyways, this guy, I don't know. I even haven't watched the full video, but he's all about enthusiasm and you know, being optimistic. He's screaming like BitConnect, what's up, BitConnect. Anyways, guys, what I'm trying to say is that welcome to another episode or a streaming session of Developer Habits. And if you haven't been here before, then Developer Habits is a YouTube channel for software engineers interested in growth mindset, developer lifestyle, and technical tutorials, which we are doing today. And in this session, or actually like a series of sessions, we are building the Developer Habits blog. We started with designing it visually, then moved into a front end, which we have been doing this week, and starting from next week we will be implementing the backend system for that. So the full design I'm gonna show you, share the screen. Yep, I've been working on other things, but the full design for the project looks like that. This is the front page, which we have many parts of those we have already developed. Yesterday we were working with the subscription box, and today we are going to tackle the article page. I also mentioned it yesterday that we aren't going to build this social sharing part because it just takes a bit too much time to get all the positioning work, and I will be showing you in future sessions how I built that. But today we are going to focus on getting all the article content in place, and also the similar articles and subscription box. What else? I'd like to apologize for the people who were part of the stream yesterday. I was like really tired, and yeah, I was struggling a lot. I had tons of bugs even with really simple HTML, and eventually part of the stream I spent like 20 minutes struggling with a styled components related problem, and eventually when I finished the stream, then I saw that, oh my god, there are people part of the stream, they are having a conversation and giving me actual solutions to my problems, but I just didn't see the messages. And yeah, yesterday wasn't the best stream, but we got the work done. And a quick shout out to all the people that were part of yesterday's conversation. Thank you. Today I hope we won't be having problems, or at least that many problems, and we can finish what we wanted to build. So the article page. What we already have ready, I'm going to show you. So this is what we have at the moment. It's ReactJS and Gatsby. This is all developed already during the streams of this week. And today, and also we are missing the footer, but as it's quite a simple component, I'm not gonna spend time on it during the streams. So today will be all about article page. and I want to make sure that I'm not missing any conversations, so I make sure that this is all that I am seeing the chat box. Good. Seems like it's working. Anyways, let's start coding. Oh, and one more thing I'd like to mention. Yesterday I was thinking how to like build the coloring of the section part, so I'm gonna show you how I did it in the end. So from the index.js, you just pass in the color itself, like background color or background color codes, and then in the section component I built a really simple helper function, get section color, which will go to a map and find a suitable color name according to the passed in color. So the map looks like this. So it's an array of objects. It has color and class, and when it matches the color, it returns the class. And I am using it like that: color class equals background color info and background color info.class or section transparent. And on the front end side, how it looks is just like that: section transparent, section blue, section gray. And those section names are all defined in those variables here and here. Also, I'd like to say that the if you have a styled component, let's say h1, and you want to use the styles of the h1 styled component but want it to render as h2, which was the situation for me yesterday, then there's a really simple property you can use for styled components, and that property is as. So here I'm making use of h1 styled component, but I am rendering it as an h2 element. And that solution also I found out thanks to people part of yesterday's conversation. So, and they suggested me to use with component, but as I read, it's not the best, it's not recommended. So I just, that's where they explain why with component is now a candidate for deprecation. So I made use of as instead. And more information about as. This sort of thing is very useful in use cases like when a navigation bar where some of the items should be links and some just buttons, but all be styled the same way. So basically you can change the element displayed. I'm also working on a new article and a video which will be published tomorrow, and it's about generalists and specialists and which one should you strive for. Anyways, enough of talking, let's get to coding, right? What we want to build today is the article page, and what it looks like, here it is. Let's zoom in a bit, it's my big face. And well, we have the title, we have the author part, maybe we can reuse those parts, and then we have the content, which we have to like style a bit and also center the content. And first let's create the actual like article page, and I'm just gonna make a copy of index.js at the moment and call it article. Now at this stage I'm just creating a template for the article page. When we are going to implement the the backend solution, then we probably need to rename the article to some more to something that Gatsby uses in order to create like individual instances of articles. But at the moment, as it's just one template, I'm gonna keep it as article.js. And what we need from here is actually, well, we want to have, what do we want to have? We don't need section at the moment, I think. But let's see. I'm gonna change the article title. I'm gonna remove some actually, yeah, we make use a featured image or like image, so I'm not gonna remove that. What else? I'm gonna keep all of those things at the moment. Maybe I need them. So this is what I'm going to keep at the moment. And so who doesn't know, then tere means hello. And let's see what this article page looks like. Article. So this is what it looks like. Just making sure quickly that the stream chat is working. Sorry. It seems to be working. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm so afraid because yesterday I didn't see people writing to me, so now I'm really scared of not seeing the conversations. So what I'm thinking, what we need to have here is like a section, but the width of it should be smaller than the default section. Let's see. Yeah, for default section the width is 1400 pixels, which we may even narrow down, but I'm not gonna do it now. But yeah, we need like a narrow section. So what I'm going to do now is, I don't even know. I'm gonna create a section that's 800 pixels wide. And actually it's just gonna be the normal section, but we're gonna give it a property, narrow equals true. Actually we don't need true here. And inside section, if section has a property called narrow, then we're going to change page width to 800 pixels. And how to do that? Well, there are many ways, but let's do it here. So we check for narrow. If there is such thing, then we make the width 800 pixels. Cool. Let's define that 800 pixels inside of constants, like page narrow width or page width narrow, and let's call it 800 or give it a value of 800. And here I'm gonna just copy and paste that part and do it page width narrow. Can it auto import it, please? No. Why? Oh, I am also gonna do some indentation workarounds here. And now import that page width narrow. So, and actually we can remove those template literals from here and just have it as like that. Does it work now? Okay. So, but does it still need true at the moment? It's not working. True. Max width is still 1400 pixels. Oh yeah, I'm not passing to prop. Damn, Getmar. Section content. Section wrapper is the one. No, section content is the one to get that property. So, like that. Yep, now the content is centered and it's maximum 800 pixels wide. Cool. Now we're gonna insert some content inside article. So the first thing we can do, get h1. Let's get it from, I have this text component or collection of text components. So we can do or grab it from text folder and typography. So let's see, and here inside here we should have h1. Why is it not showing anything? Oh yeah, I need to go inside components, text typography, and now we should have h1 title. Yup. So let's use that component and create the title. It should not be centered at the moment, but let's see. Yep, it's not centered. I also want to have the inline background, so I'm gonna quickly check how I did it in index page. Featured article cards, h1 title. Oh yeah, I also have to apply inline background. Let's go back to article. Although I'm thinking maybe we should just combine those, because h1 will always be with inline backgrounds. Food for thought. I mean, at the moment I don't see cases where I don't use inline background for h1. Okay, that's good. Let's put a line break here. Nice. Now I also want the content to be centered here. So let's create a new style component called article header. It's gonna be a style div. It's gonna be with 100%, height will be auto, display will be block, and text align will be centered. Actually, it's gonna be flex because we have elements inside that we want to center. So display flex, text align center, justify content center, yay. And now let's wrap it. So article header, cool. let's check it. And the text is centered, really nice. Then we need those tags, and those tags are already used in, for example, article cards. And that's okay. And in article card we pass in the tags, so it's actually something like this. So let's wrap those tags with a div. Let's import the tag, and tag should also be part of oh no, it's not part of typography collection, but it's in the text folder. So what we can do is like that. I quickly check if the stream is working, because I'm like really really afraid of, from yesterday's experience, the stream wasn't working. Collection, but it's, yep, seems to be working. So what else? Now we have the tag. Does it display anything? Oh, that's the wrong tag. We want the featured article card tag. So it's like category item. Colorful tag. That's what we want. And that comes from typography. Colorful tag. Just checking how to use it, because I don't remember anymore. And colorful tag takes in a color. Wow. So here we have the tags. I guess we also need to, let's change article header flex direction to column, so all the things will be displayed as a column. Okay, let's add some more tags, like color yellow, and habits, and color cyan as dev lifestyle, just to have some example content. Okay, cool. That's not working because we are using incorrect property. It should be color. Yes. Also, I'm gonna create a wrapper here. Categories wrapper. Let's take it and let's also define it. Categories wrapper. And what I'm gonna do here is just I want to say that the children of categories wrappers should have some kind of padding. So I'm gonna do it like that. Everything inside of categories wrapper should have a margin left 10 pixels and margin right 10 pixels. Does it work? It works. Super awesome. What? Okay. So this is what it looks like. I'm also gonna bring the categories wrapper a bit more down. So margin top like 20 pixels. Yep, that's good. And also let's add margin bottom. So actually it's becoming margin 20 pixels and auto. Yep. And now we can also have the author block, and that's gonna be featured article. I'm gonna steal it from here. Featured article cards. Where's the, oh yeah, icon. I need the icon. Actually, featured article cards. The icon should be renamed, because actually it returns text with icon, which is well, the author. But we are getting to backend development later. Then we are also going to see how to pull in all the necessary images from the resources and how to properly use Gatsby. So at the moment I'm going with the solution I have in featured article card. I'm gonna steal the icon also. Although no, I can import the author also. Can't I? So what I'm thinking about is this part here. Okay, just for the sake of reusing codes, I'm at the moment going with that solution that we have in featured article cards. And text with icon comes from, it's a new component. So import text with icon from components, text with icon. So now we should be able to display the author. Let's see. Yay, it works. And as we have flex direction column, we need to say that align items will be centered. Yes, it worked. And I'm gonna say that categories wrapper should have 40 pixels from bottom. Yep. So this is the header. I'd say it has too much padding from the top, so let's play around with it just a bit. Padding top like 40 pixels. Yep, that's better. So as it's a one-time case, I'm gonna just do inline style here. Padding top is 40 pixels. And like, I would say that using inline styles inside React JS export is okay if it's like just that single case and you know that. Once you have to reuse those styles, then it will make sense to move it to some component. But the style isn't applied yet. What did I do incorrectly? Why is it not applied? React inline padding top. Why is it not applying it? Oh yeah, I shouldn't, I guess, specify the pixels. Better? Not better. Awkward. do other things work if I give like opacity? No, I'm doing something incorrectly. Should be correct, right? Like, for example, does the margin get applied? Section, yes. For some reason my style isn't applied, but why? I don't understand. Again, it has to be something really, really simple. Can it be that that's what it was. So padding top will be 40 pixels. So the problem was that I am picking the properties that are passed and I didn't pass the style property. So yeah, now it works. Now that we have the top part ready, let's see what we can do with the image. But before, I already saw that article header should have margin bottom 80 pixels, or we can actually get that from, oh no, yeah, we should create a variable 80 pixels because it's like reused in multiple parts. So I'm gonna make it row gap and make it 80. And here I'm gonna say row gap pixels, and I also have to import row gap. Should work. Yep. This is cool. So now we need to show the image, the featured image. That's my face. How can we do that? So firstly, let's create a featured image component, and I'm gonna this is taken from the featured article card, so I'm gonna change it. The width of it should be, as you can see, it's overflowing, so it should be like okay, I just came to a realization that there's one iffy part. I made a section narrow, but it shouldn't be 800 pixels as the content part, but it should be 1000 pixels as the as well the image part is, and actually this whole part. So I'm gonna change section just a bit. Actually we can change it from constants, so let's change it to 1000 pixels. Yep, now it's 1000 pixels. Yay, that's why using variables is good. You can always change the values when it's needed. And now article header, I'm gonna do the width auto, but max width 800 pixels. And okay, let's do it like that. It also needs to be centered, right? So can we use margins here? Yes, because it's display flex. We can use margin. So what it is, from top it's 0, from right it's auto, from bottom it's row gap pixels, and then again it's auto. So that should work. Article header has inline style of auto. Yep, now it works. I'll quickly check the stream again. So yeah, yesterday I had a problem that I didn't see the conversation going on in the chat, so now I'm like sometimes opening the link in a new window to make sure that no one hasn't written, or if they have, then they get replied. So article feature card image, it should have 100% of width. The height should be, well, let's make it 400, let's make it 500 pixels. I know design has 445, but let's see. So that's what it is. Let's go grab some cat pictures from the index page, or dog pictures. I like dogs more than cats. Cats are like, why don't you play with me? Why don't you feed me? Whereas dogs are like, play with me, play with me. Hashtag developerHabits. So this is the source. I can see some errors here. Oh, try to be too clever here. So this is the source. Nice puppy. So width will be 100%. Height will be 500 pixels. And everything else seems to be in place. And this is what it looks like, the header part. I guess the margins here are just a bit too big, so I'm gonna make them smaller. Let's make it like this. Okay, I'm gonna increase the bottom one. Yep, that's better. So now when you come to the article, you see the main thing, the title, the categories, and well, the dog image. The most important part, obviously. And now we can move to the content part. I'm gonna create a new variable here, define it, article width, and make it, actually I'm gonna move it to constants. There's no reason why it shouldn't be here. Page width and article, and it's 800. So we can reuse it when there's a need for that. And I can already insert it here. And now another place where I'm going to use it is article content, and it's a styled div. So article content, basically I can take already some styles from article header. So width auto, max width, page width, article height auto. I'm gonna make it display block, because at the moment I don't see a reason why it should be flex. Block is the default one. Margin 0 from top. I believe it should be more now. Let's see from the design. 45. Let's make it 30 pixels. What was it with categories wrapper? 30 pixels. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 30. Let's see. Other than that, it should be auto. So 30 from bottoms, 30 from top, and auto from sides. Text line won't be centered anymore, and basically this is it. Article content. Also, font size will be 18 pixels. As we are using REMs, it will be 18 divided by 16, so it's 1.125 REMs, and font family will be Roboto, and font weight will be 300 by default. Probably when I fetch in actual content, I probably have to write extra styles for the content itself, like what's bold and what's not, like what you code tags to and so on. But this is something I will do once we have actual content, so next week. Article content. Let's use it. And now we need some content. So let's keep it like that at the moment. This part is too wide. Oh yeah, I didn't specify the pixels here. So now it should be better, yes. So let's make some paragraph tags in order to test out the content. PP, let's also make like H2 tag. This is some awesome content. And again, some paragraph tags. Just some content we can play around with. I'm gonna also include H3, more awesome, include more paragraph tags, and one more. So what does it look like? To be honest, it looks quite good. Let me play around with the text a bit. Line height 1 em. Let's make it 1.5. Yep, 1.5 seems better. Article content, line height 1.5 em. So it's like 1.5 times 18. Also, let's define H3 and H2 and H3 font weight. 600. Do they want me to specify the font family. Okay. So we are going to do something like that. I need to set Roboto to be the global font. I didn't get it to work last time, but it seems like it's a good thing for it to do. Set Roboto as global font. Better? Yes. And H2 and H3 should have font weight of 600. Now I'm gonna add some margin top to the titles, like 30 pixels. Oops, margin top. Some more. So when you read it, you can see that, okay, this is the beginning of new section, so the space here is bigger than here, below the title. It should be better for readability. Meaning that article content should also have margin top 40. So the spacing here and here are the same. And a cool feature, some people call it a hack, some people call it a feature. I would say it's a feature of CSS. But if you have like margins here and margins here, you can see that they don't add up, but they actually collapse. And it's a feature, I would say, because it happens when you have now I don't remember from my heart, but basically display block or inline elements next to each other, so their vertical margins can collapse. If I were to change this title to display flex, for example, or inline block, then the add up won't happen. But if it's a block, then they collapse. Or inline, I'd assume from here. Display inline. No, what's the inline block? If I remove it, what's the computed display property? Yeah, it's block. So it has to be a block element in order for collapsing margins to work. Or as I saw from here, it can also be a flex. So block or flex. But I can see from here that actually the font weight should be 600, it should be 400, so medium. Let's see, I will play around with it just a bit. Yeah, 500 is better. And this is the blog page. I'm gonna add a similar articles block, which is just about copy pasting content from the index.js. So let's drop that one also in. We got some importing to do. So we need article card. Articles wrapper is missing. Whoops, wrong. I was in a wrong file. I'm thinking and thinking what to say at the same time, so it's hard. But I think I need to move around articles wrapper component. And actually I'm gonna turn this whole part into a separate component, so you just pass in the article information. So let's create a new component. Let's call it articles section.js. So I'm gonna do some heavy copy and pasting because I am lazy. And basically it's gonna be a section with cards. So let's indent it properly. Articles section, give it a name, articles section. I'm also gonna check that no one has written, because as I said before, no, seems like I'm all alone here. Anyways, article section, we won't be needing featured image, nor those things here. I'm gonna remove all the things that are not used. Article card is used. Also section is used. That thing here isn't used. And those aren't used. And that's not used. So now what we are going to take in is actually, let's see. As you can see, article section is a component, and it should take in some kind of information about the section title and the cards, and also background color for the section. The article cards are an array, and to handle the array we are going to do some magic. We are going to create another component inside article section which will return a single article card. So I'm gonna call it, well, article card. How should I name it? No, I'm gonna create a helper function to get the article cards. Get article cards, and it's gonna take in information about the article, like no, it's an array of articles actually, sorry. So it's articles, and we are going to return a map so the default value is an empty array, and we are going to return articles.map, and now we're going to take single article and return its content, and the content will be the article cards. Don't need it here. Okay, and here we are going to replace those default values. So image source will be article.image source. Title will be article.title. Intro will be article.intro. Extra will be article.extra. Okay, and the tag will be so the tag has the color and text. So article.tag text and and the offset color will be article dot tag color or tag offset color. And well, the offset color for the card will be card itself. Actually, it should be another property. I'm gonna make it offset color because this is for the whole section. So, and what it means here is calling out get article cards with some content. And let's create some mock content for article cards. I'm gonna take that part. I'm gonna just create a simple object, article cards. It's an array, and now we're gonna generate or create an array. I tried to be clever here, so I'm almost there. So multi-line editing. Cool, I got some information. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to fully do it. Extra tag offset color, tag text, and offset color. No, offset color will be passed. Yeah, we don't need offset color. So we create a single object. As you can see, I'm trying to rush for no reason, but so now we have all the properties, and now those properties also need values. I guess this is the most important, this is the most interesting part of the stream. And that, by the way, was a really bad joke. So we have some content almost ready. Tag color will be color yellow, and tag text will be tutorials. So now we should have some content for article cards. Let's duplicate it. 1, 2, 3. And now we get the article cards. So basically it's the array that we just created. And background color will come from here. Background color for article section. And it should also go inside get article cards, because well, article card needs an offset color. We need to do some mapping that if article section color comes in, then here we show some specific color. Thinking maybe it would make sense just to darken the color that is already coming in. Let's see, color cyan. color sign light. I'm gonna make color sign light the default. So I'm gonna test it out in index.js now. What we graded. So articles section. And we need to import it. Oh, it's already imported. Okay, does it work? It seems to work. See, this is the part that we just built. And I can prove it by changing the title for one of those. Yep. But now what I'm thinking, I'm gonna change the article card a bit, so we wouldn't need offset color. Or at least we wouldn't need to like somehow create the map for finding the offset color. I'm gonna do it so if you pass in the background color, then we're gonna like darken it a bit. So maybe I can do it using styled components. Styled components, darken color. Is it something that styled components lets us to do? But JavaScript darken color hex. Because in Sass it'd be really easy, but seems like there is not an easy way to do that. No, that's too much. You know what I'm thinking? That actually for the offset we could I'm trying to generate different ideas. I don't want to pass in an offset color. It's like too tedious. Article cards. But well, I can do it that way. That when you call out article section, then you can pass in background color and offset color. So it takes two properties, and by default these are color sign light and color sign. And I'm gonna bring those in separate lines, otherwise it's ugly to watch. And offset color goes here. So whenever you make article sections, it's blue basically, or cyan. Yep. And if we want to, we can use other styles. Which now makes me think, why don't we just create two modes, white and blue? So like theme equals white or theme equals blue. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Sorry I'm changing my thoughts so often, but just as I am live streaming, so my ideas constantly change. I haven't thought everything through fully. So we are going to return that part. I'm gonna change that to curly brackets. And now, once we get mode in, I'm gonna do it like that. Mode equals blue by default. And now, const get, no, background color equals mode equals white. So if it's white the mode, then background color will be null. Otherwise it will be color cyan light. So how can we rewrite it to become easier? So let's make white the default one. So if mode equals blue and then color cyan light, and the offset color will be, actually I'm gonna remove that into a separate variable, is blue, default is white, and if mode equals blue, if background color is blue, then background color will be color cyan light, and offset color will be color cyan. If it's not blue, then it will be color light gray too. So no, it should be light gray like this. I guess I have to import it. Yep. So at the moment they are white because the default mode is white. Theme. And if we make it blue, the second one should be blue. Yep. And as you can see, basically what I did at the moment is I built a solution and right away refactored it because it was like a really small piece. So firstly I just passed in two colors. After that I saw that, hey, I'm not gonna have too many different blocks, so let's just create a theme out of it, or this theme based solution. What I can say here is usually when you start building a new component, it would be nice to like thinking through what you are going to build. And I guess I should do it more in the future streams where I'm not gonna like start building right away, but more do discussion of how to or what we want to build. But I guess I will learn. At least at work, what I usually do is just take a notebook and start sketching things out, and finally I come to the final solution on the paper and then just convert it to code and maybe have some smaller issues, but the big thinking is already done. I don't know how to convert it into live streaming yet, but maybe with a tablet. Must think about it. It would be helpful during backend streaming. Anyways, how we got here is that we want to use articles wrapper, right? So now how we can make use of that section. I'm gonna use article section. I'm gonna remove that part here. Now I have two article sections. Both are blue at the moment, but I am going to change it. So I'm gonna pass in the title also. Title equals, or there's no default title. Yep. And here we can say like title equals featured articles, and we're gonna also have latest articles, and the upper one will be white. Cool. Now that we have two article sections on the index page, we can use the same code base on the article page. I'm gonna remove some code not used anymore. I'm gonna import article section. Why is it not auto imported? I mean, we can do it, but article section is, I like autocomplete. Something is still incorrect. No. Let's see what we have. Yay! Featured articles. I guess I can remove margin bottom from article content. Yep. So this is the article page. Oh, one more thing. Because do not forget to subscribe to the email list. Why I am adding an email list to? Well, the reason is that I want to start sending out a weekly newsletter where I'm gonna bring together some of the articles about habits, some of the articles I've noticed about web development, and if I have published a video, then that also. And like, I really want to make it something that when you follow it as a developer, web developer, then you get all the most important bits out from there regarding front-end development and regarding back-end development. So it's mostly for, well, developers in general, but mostly for web developers, like especially. Oh my god, my English is getting so bad. And I'm sorry for that. I can't control myself all the time. So yep. And it seems the article page is ready. I'm not fully sure about the styling, like there are some spacing related things I'm not sure about. Like for example, here we have like 40 pixels from the top, 80 from bottom. I mean, that part looks more or less okay. Not more or less, it looks okay. But like if we come down here, I really don't know. The thing with design is that there are no right and wrong answers, you just have to like it. maybe I want to make the title just a bit bigger, like H1 title in general. Let's give it a property like so props big, like props.big. If it's not big, then it's 2.215. If it is big, then let's try 3 REMs. And let's make it big. Ooh, that's so much better. I like that one much more. A big title that when you arrive on the page, then it says that, yo, this is the title. And this is what Developer Habits blog is going to look like. Anyways, guys, we are done with that article page. And that was also the last front-end related stream for this week. I may touch, and I have to touch front-end topics next week when we are implementing backends, because we're going to have dynamic content which we have to connect to our front-end. But I still have some sub pages to do, like categories page 404. I want to add some like hover effects and stuff like that. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, we are done with the front end. I'm also missing the footer, which I have to do. Guys, I'm genuinely thankful to all of you who have been part of this front-end journey, and do make sure to come back next week when we are going to implement StrapiCMS with Gatsby. With that said, guys, I thank you for listening and see you in the next video. Bye.